Okay, we are continuing with the lesson about life in Arctic. In previous video, we are reading the script of this conversation about life in Arctic. So in this video, we are learning about grammar. In this grammar, it is a grammar challenge. In this challenge, we have to choose the correct word to each graph. By opening a new window, we can do this in this page. I will do this in this page. I will do this in this page. So, Bidemi, you were talking about living with the illness in Northern Canada. What were some things that they do differently, like, for example, food or games or traditions? Food was a big thing that was different there. Different there. Difference there. They eat a lot of meat, I could say. If I can say that from the sea, so because they are surrounded by the sea, they have access to a lot of food from there. They eat beluga, seal, whales, anything that's found in the sea. I think they basically eat it, and eat just about all the parts of the animal. So that was quite interesting. That's so interesting. What does it taste like? Seal and whale? Very. Is it cooked? Sometimes they cook it. Yeah, they also freezing. They also freezing it. They have different ways to break. They have different ways of preparing it. Sometimes to do it raw. They say that is the best way to eat it to get most amount of energy from it. And sometimes they freeze it and eat it frozen. They eat a lot of fish, frozen, freeze like that. Arctic char delicious, and sometimes they boil it. But I don't think that they are preferring preference their preference methods of eating it. One thing to note is that the younger generation, the younger generations, they seem to prefer more meat, beef, and the meat that more of everybody is now, whereas the older generation, maybe it's generation, not generations. Of course, they still prefer their traditional way. Traditional way to cooking and eating. Also, they eat caribou like land animals, caribou, rabbit, and one or two other animals who can't I that I can't remember. Now did you try all these foods? This food, that food, no this food. I tried as many as I could. I love eating, and if everyone else is eating, I will try. I will I will eat it too. So I try them all. I have mine, the ones I like more, but I didn't find anything disgusting. Enjoyed it. That's so cool. Did you learn how to prepare it or cook some of it? No, I'm laughing because I'm not a huge cook anywhere. So just do the eating and clean up. Yeah, oh, cool. Okay, cool. You mentioned that you mentioned it that they played it some games. They have their own style of games. Do you remember any games that they play? They have games. There were once one was like wrestling. They have a lot of body contact games where they could wrestle on the ground. Or you had to hold up your leg in a certain way for how many minutes. Just really games that had to deal with strength and endurance. Endurance. Is that I could say? And then they play a lot of games using dice where you could win prizes. I think a lot of these things were decided for the long winter months so they could stay indoors and still keep themselves entertained. And because in those days, in the past, they didn't have TV or have a kind of entertainment internet, which they do have there now. So they have a lot of games that they still try to play sometimes to keep them entertainment entertained. And music is a large part of their life too. A lot of people play different instruments and they square dance. They really they are really good dancers. They can dance all night, so that was fun as well. Oh, now sounds like the great place. Yes, it was. Do they have their own type of instruments, their own traditional instruments? I could say no. The instruments that I saw were more things that had been brought up to them. For example, the fiddle, guitar, stuff like that. Thinking back on it now, maybe there were one or two things that they had made, but I didn't feel like I can't really remember the name. I didn't really remember the names though. Nice anyway. Thanks for sharing. My pleasure. Submit. Mm-hmm. Check. Sai một chỗ, hai chỗ, ba chỗ, bốn chỗ. Sai bốn luôn. Difference was differently there. Was different there. Taste, it tasted like. They also freed it, referring, referred it. Submit. Oh my god, 96,4%. The a great place. Ok,